Hello and welcome to the shops in Uptown. My name is Dino Romero. We are a multi-vendor antique store that specializes in high-end antiques as well as everyday decor. I have handpicked each vendor that is in my store, some of which are really well on fine antiques, fine jewelry, also decoration items, whether it be for a high-end home or just an average family home. Whatever your budget, you can afford to be here. We have been in business in this location since the 1st of January, but many of my vendors have been around for 30 plus years. We recently brought in 12 new vendors that were part of another store that closed here in the Phoenix area that many of you will be familiar with, which was Antiques on Central. So if you're familiar with that store, this store will have a comfortable feel to you.
My name is Steve. I've been in the business about 20 years in the arts and antiques and kind of specialize in framed art. I like to take something and kind of resurrect it, kind of upgrade it, and sometimes that means having a painting cleaned, reframed, revarnished, the whole bit. Another avenue you can go in the arts is sleeved art, and I try to get things, and if I want to leave the framing to the customer, I'll take a piece and maybe have a new mat cut on it or no mat. We got all different types, everything from etchings to some mid-century modern abstract by a Japanese artist done in the 70s. We've even got some unframed canvas antique oil paintings here by a California, Massachusetts artist. There's all kinds of prints, and there's some old bullfighting posters, probably from the 50s, 60s. So various types of prints, paintings, and different mixed media. All right, we're in a different part of the store right now. This is a particular case. And in any given case that you're going to find in a store like this, mall situation, you're going to find different types of objects from different eras. Everything from Victorian vases to mid-century modern Japanese to American folk art. One of the big sellers in this day's market is the mid-century modern. Some of the studio ceramics, which are basically one of a kind. That's why I like them, because you're not going to find another one that's going to look like that. Items like this that people are looking for in this day and market with all the building that's going on in the valley. A lot of the places need objects, and so this is a good place to find them.
When it comes to mid-century, it's a pretty broad term. It basically means anything from the 50s and can include stuff up and through the 70s. So in this booth, you'll see some very affordable pieces, but it's usually based upon who the manufacturer was and where it came from in the world. So in this booth, what we have is a mid-century dealer. A majority of the items in here are mid-century, but as you can see, not everything would be considered mid-century, and that's what's unique about each one of my dealers. They pick what they find art, beautiful, comfortable to themselves. Each individual vendor has their specialty. In this booth, their specialty is lighting, specifically Marlboro lamps. These lamps have been done anywhere from the 1940s all the way up through the 70s. Very popular with the mid-century crowd, and they come with a very popular price tag because they're very difficult to find, especially in pairs.
Hello, my name is Michael. I specialize mainly in collecting glass, porcelain, pottery, and have been doing it for many years. There isn't any one particular type of glass that I collect. I collect across the spectrum, usually the higher end glass, Murano, Venetian glass, Lalique, some Tiffany occasionally when I can come across it, Steuben, Lotz, European glass, and early American cut and pressed glass. And this right here happens to be a piece of Lotz, which is German glass. This is called the crown of thorns, hence the thorns of Jesus' crown. And this Lotz glass here is an iridized glass that was blown, made in Germany, circa in the 1880s to 1890s. And these are considered rare. You won't find many of these around, but this is a typical, your caliber of your Steuben, Tiffany, Lotz, higher end art glass. It's highly iridized, as you can see with the iridescence on it. Here is a piece of Liuli Gong Fang Chinese amber crystal that's all carved. Very expensive, very high-end glass. And this piece is signed, dated, numbered on the bottom. A piece like this is probably worth between $2,000 and $3,000. Some of his final works up around $140,000. A lot of people come in and they'll ask for depression glass, you know, they'll ask for carnival glass, they'll ask for Murano art glass. I've got some contemporary art glass, I've got some vintage glass. It doesn't matter whether it's old or new, people, it's what they like, and if you have the knowledge about what they're looking for and can offer it to them, then they're more receptive to pursuing the glass that you have, or if you don't have it, be able to offer them a direction where they may be able to find it. And that's part of the networking with the other people in the mall, as well as you know, the eyes and ears of the key to this industry, and knowing where to go and who to see and speak to.
One of the things that I liked about we pride ourselves on is having something unique and affordable. What I would tell anybody is, if you're just getting started looking for antiques, or you're not sure how an antique would look in your home, or even a vintage item, or you may be looking for a piece that maybe you saw 10 years ago but are no longer available, give us a try. Many of my dealers are pickers. We will track down items if they're available, and we can show you how to put something in your home that would be presentable, but also educate you onto why a piece is important and why it is an antique to begin with, as opposed to just being something old.